Hello everyone, welcome back to Reading Out Aloud. Today I'm going to read a story from Disney's Storybook collection. It's from The Little Mermaid called The Secret of the Star Shell. Now this story is adapted by Meredith Russo and it's from the original story called The Shimmering Star Necklace, written by Gail Herman. Please enjoy. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Very good, Laurel, Princess Ariel applauded. It was a bright and sunny morning in the village. Ariel was giving her young friend Laurel a singing lesson. Why don't we try this one next? Ariel pointed to a song in her music book. Laurel's eyes sparkled. The Song of the Sea. That reminds me of my new best friend. What's your friend's name? Ariel asked. Laurel suddenly hesitated. I'm not sure you'd know her, but we love playing together. She glanced at the clock. I'm meeting her right after our lesson. Maybe I'll sing the Song of the Sea for her too. Later that afternoon, Ariel visited her sisters by the ocean. Ariel, Adela sang out, we brought you a present. She handed Ariel a shimmering shell shaped like a star. It had a delicate ribbon tied to the top. It's beautiful, Ariel gasped. Where did you find it? It was caught in the current, Adela explained. It's a star shell. It's supposed to grant wishes. Ariel looked at her sisters excitedly. Shall we try it? They each took turns making one wish, but nothing happened. That's all right, Ariel said. She tied the ribbon around her neck to wear the shell like a necklace. It's a beautiful gift. Now I'll carry a part of the sea wherever I go. As Ariel walked back to the village, she passed Laurel's cottage. Suddenly, Laurel's father, Mr. Hanson, came running out. Princess Ariel, is Laurel with you? He sounded upset. No, said Ariel. Has something happened? Laurel went to play with a friend after your music lesson, but she never came back, Mr. Hanson explained. I checked with all her school friends. Laurel isn't with any of them. I hope she hasn't gotten lost. Laurel mentioned that she made a new friend, Ariel said. Maybe they're still playing and they lost track of time. Perhaps there's a clue in her room about who this friend is and where we can find her. Together, they checked the girl's room. Scattered on Laurel's desk were school drawings and a pink journal open to an entry. Dear Diary, I met a new friend by the ocean. Her name is Callista. We've played together every day this week. She even gave me a beautiful necklace. Callista said not to tell anyone about our secret friendship. But that's okay. It's fun having a secret friend. I'm going to buy her a treat from the pastry shop. Ariel and Mr. Hanson agreed to split up and search for Laurel. Mr. Hanson went to ask the village parents if they knew Callista. Ariel hurried to the pastry shop. The baker said when Ariel explained what had happened. Yes, I do remember Laurel stopping by. She wanted seaweed puffs. Can you imagine? Just then, a little girl named Maggie bounded into the bakery with her mother. She handed the baker a colorful card. He smiled. Why? It's a thank you note. It was part of a school assignment, Maggie's mother said. Miss Toft asked the students to write them, and Maggie wanted to thank you for her birthday cake. Ariel looked thoughtful. Miss Toft was Laurel's teacher, too. That meant Laurel would have had the same assignment. Perhaps she wrote a thank you note to Callista for the necklace, and it would hold another clue. At the school, the teacher was happy to show Ariel the thank you notes. Laurel's was written on a big yellow card. Dear Princess Ariel, thank you for helping me practice singing. Your friend, Laurel. Oh dear, Ariel sighed. The card was lovely, but it certainly wasn't a clue. Laurel loves drawing, the teacher said. Just yesterday, I asked my students to make a picture of their best friend. Laurel couldn't wait to get started. Best friend, Ariel exclaimed. Maybe she drew a picture of Callista. Miss Toft took Ariel to Laurel's desk. Surely the picture is in here somewhere. After looking through a few folders, Ariel found a picture labeled My Best Friend. Two girls were in the drawing. One was Laurel with short brown hair, and the other girl had wavy blonde hair. It had to be Callista, and she was a mermaid. Ariel thanked Miss Toft and ran back to Mr. Hansen's home. Mr. Hansen looked up hopefully when he spotted Ariel. Princess, none of the parents knew a Callista. Did you have better luck? Yes, Ariel exclaimed. She quickly told Mr. Hansen what she had discovered. Could Callista really be a mermaid? Mr. Hansen asked. It does make sense, Ariel said. Look at the clues. Laurel met her by the ocean. She tried to buy her seaweed puffs, and Callista wanted to keep their friendship a secret. She must be a mermaid. But then where is my daughter? Mr. Hansen asked. Ariel smiled. I think I know just how to find out. Ariel led Mr. Hansen to the beach and called for her friends, Sebastian and Flounder. Ariel asked them to fetch her father, King Triton, so he could transform her back into a mermaid. In no time at all, Ariel was searching for Callista under the sea. After asking the merfolk, Ariel and her father found Callista's family grotto. The young mermaid was there, and she was very nervous. You're not in trouble, Ariel assured Callista. We just want to know where Laurel is. Her father is very worried. I don't want anyone to worry, Callista said softly. She led Ariel and Triton to her bedroom. It's all right, Callista called. You can come out. Slowly, Laurel swam out from under Callista's bed. Ariel gasped. Laurel, you're here, and you're a mermaid too? It's so hard to explain, Laurel sniffled. When I went to see Callista this morning, I was wearing my star shell necklace. As we were splashing in the water, I told Callista that I wished I could play with her under the ocean for real. All of a sudden, my necklace lit up and I turned into a mermaid. Callista nodded. We realized the shell must be magical, so we thought we could just wish Laurel to be human again later. But while we were playing on the octopus slide, Laurel said, my necklace got swept away in a current. I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Callista spotted Ariel's star shell necklace. Oh, Princess, you found it. That means we can wish Laurel human again. Ariel looked to her father. King Triton smiled kindly. I'm afraid the legend of the star shell works a little differently, he said. Come with me to the surface and I'll explain. At the surface, King Triton held up the star shell. It glittered in the sunlight. Star shells can only grant one wish, he said. In order to undo the wish, the shell must be broken. Callista turned to Laurel. When you're human again, will you still visit me by the ocean? Of course, Laurel said with a smile. Together, everyone swam back to the shore. Then Ariel handed Laurel the star shell. It's up to you now. Laurel lifted the shell high in the air, paused, and then brought it down against a large flat rock. In a burst of light, her mermaid tail changed back into legs. I'm human, Laurel cried. She hugged Callista tightly. It was a wonderful adventure. We'll still see each other all the time, I promise. Immediately, Mr. Hansen rushed over. Laurel, thank goodness you're safe. Oh, Daddy, Laurel cried, I have so much to tell you. A few days later, Ariel asked Callista and Laurel to meet her by the water. I have presents for you both, Ariel said. She handed the girls 2 brand new necklaces made from starshell pieces. They're beautiful, Laurel breathed. Thank you, Princess Ariel, Callista said. Ariel smiled. When I was wearing the star shell, it was like carrying a part of the ocean with me. Now you too can always carry a piece of your adventure with you wherever you go. The end. Now, if you really like Princess Ariel and like listening to stories about her, in a few weeks I will be uploading Ariel and the Whale Song, also from the Disney Storybook collection. Thank you for listening to today's story. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about reading out aloud. New stories are uploaded every week.